Hello, Internet. It's Captain Shamu here, and today we're doing something a little bit you think you've never seen my channel before. We're doing a tier list of every NFL team's first round pick from the recent 2024 first round of the draft. This draft has lots of talent, obviously, and there are a lot of interesting picks within this whole situation that we're probably going to discuss. And since the internet loves to hear people who aren't professionals online's opinions, we're going to do that. So obviously we got all 32 teams down at the bottom here, very clear as daylight. We're gonna take them and rank them up. Basically, is what's gonna happen. So yeah, let's get started. 49ers. I mean, well, let's see. Are you taking Ricky Pearsall? That's just that's an F for me. Like, look, as much as I respect 49ers as they've built an amazing roster, obviously, they just went to the Super Bowl and obviously like that. Why are you taking a wide receiver when you need O line for the right side of your O line? And not only that, you need a corner to pair with Travarius Ward. It's just wide receiver in the first round. Sure, take him in the later rounds. Obviously, that's fine. But in the first round, this is just an F for me completely. I don't understand why you would even consider that. Up next, Chicago Bears. You guys set the generational talented QB, and if I rank this anywhere but S tier, I will get chased out of towns with pitchforks. So obviously, Caleb Williams is an S tier. Now, will he work out? He better, because he has probably the best wide receiver core in the league, including with their other first round pick, Rome Odunze, my boy from Washington. I yeah, I don't know. Best wide receiver core. You've got DeAndre Swift running the ball, and your O line is definitely looks better from last year. So I mean, figure it out, I guess, or whatnot. Up next is the Cincinnati Bengals, and let me find their pick. That's right, Amarius Mims. I'll give this an A, not an S, but an A. Getting Joe Burrow that help that he needs to stay protected and stay healthy. Joe Burrow hasn't really had a so-called offensive line for a long time now, so this is definitely a big help. Up next is Buffalo. Fucking F. If I can make another goddamn tier, I fucking would. I can't. But why F exactly? You not only trade back twice, don't get Brian Thomas Jr., the guy that everybody thought you were going to pick because you definitely needed a wide receiver. Instead, what you do is you trade back to Kansas City, which allows them to pick the fastest wide receiver in combine fucking history. Do you realize what you just did? You just helped the two-time defending world champion, back-to-back world champion, solidify better depth on their roster. I mean, though Rashid Rice is probably going to jail and probably going to be out of the NFL. So, I mean, I don't think it really matters in that case. But, yeah, fuck you, Buffalo. Denver Broncos, D. Look, I get you need QB. You just traded for Zach Wilson. You said we need QB, but you chose Bo Nix in the first round. Bo Nix was probably a second, or maybe in my personal opinion, a third day pick. You didn't need to pick him there in the first round, Denver. That's bad. That is actually horrible. I will not lie to you. Why I don't understand. I get you need QB, but Bo Nix is like 39 years old. He's not NFL talent level, I'm pretty sure. Be completely honest with you. Anyways, on to Cleveland. Did Cleveland even have a first round pick? I don't think they fucking did. Hold on. Cleveland, no first round picks. So I don't really have a tier for I don't really think there's a tier I can make to you know, well, fuck it. You're going an F for not having a first round pick. Fucking idiots. Traded for Deshaun Watson. I forgot all about that, really. Up next, we have the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers selected Grant Barton. That is going to be a B pick for me. Why not A? I'm not exactly sure. I really don't know much about Barton myself, but what I do know is that Tampa Bay definitely need an offensive line piece with the retirements of I think it was Jensen. I think it was. So definitely a solid pick for them. In fact, I'll put it in A. That's a solid pick. It's a solid pick. Up next, Arizona. Arizona had a few picks: Darius Robinson, and of course, Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm gonna put it in S tier. You got the generational wide receiver talent, and Obviously, you definitely got that help with that edge rusher from Missouri. I I mean, there's not really much you can say there. That's just an S tier pick and absolutely great, great picks. Up next is the Chargers. Now the Chargers one definitely had me thrown for a loop because I definitely thought they were going wide receiver and they went with Joe Alt. That's B. Joe Alt's a great pick. Don't get me wrong. It's actually the right pick. They need O line help, but you have Quentin Nelson to throw to for Justin Herbert as the number one wide receiver. And if we Quentin Johnson, god damn it. And we learned anything from last season with Quentin Johnson. Yeah, enough said. B tier pick personally. You could have gotten O line help in the second round, but that's okay. Kansas City, it's between the two again. Kansas City not only finessed the hell out of the Bills, got the fast wide receiver in the draft. It's S tier. I don't want to talk about it. Defending world champions, that's fucking annoying. Up next is the Colts at number 15 with Latu Ladu. I don't know how to say his fucking name. That man is definitely an A tier pick. He's one of the bench edge rushers coming into the draft. He was told to medically retire when he was in Washington. Went to UCLA, absolutely dominated there. What's more to say? He's definitely going to be a good guy in the NFL for sure. The Dallas Cowboys are next, and look, Cowboys, I don't know what to say to you. You traded out of the first round after doing nothing all offseason. I'm not going to say. No, I'm just kidding. Ha. They did trade back. They didn't trade out, though. They did pick up O lineman, most likely to replace the old ass lineman they let walk. I'll put it in B tier. I don't know. I don't really have any feelings towards or against it, really. Up next, though, is the Dolphins. Where the fuck is the Dolphins pick at? Did they pick in the first round? Fuck, hold on. They did. Chop Robinson. That is an A tier pick. Now, I thought they were going to pick that Nugent kid from Illinois because they need defensive tackle Christian Wilkins walking away. But they decided to go edge rusher, and it honestly works out because Chop Robinson definitely looks like he's going to be one of the next best edge rushers in the NFL by far. Helps beef the D line again, obviously. That's just enough said about that. We need to continue on. Up next is Philly. Philadelphia had selected. Oh, that Mitchell kid from Toledo. I'm gonna give it a B tier, only because I think there were some better corners such as Nate Wiggins and that Arnold kid, Harrion Arnold from Alabama. I definitely think are a lot better picks than Mitchell. I could be wrong, but I've never personally heard of a corner from Toledo succeeding at the next level. But hey, in the end of the day, it's not always about where you go to play college. It's about what your talent is. So maybe he'll surprise a lot of us and be the best corner or not. We'll find out. Falcons, F, fucking F. There's nothing good to say about what you did. You needed an edge rusher, and Dallas Turner was sitting there for your taking. And what did you do? You chose my boy Michael Penix Jr. with the 9th overall pick. Penix was projected to be a second round QB, and you took him at pick 9. Now, granted, the Raiders were probably going to take him in all honesty, but what the fuck are you doing? You ignored what you needed. Now, granted, in round 2 and 3 today, they got Braylon Trice. But still, does not ignore the fact this is the first round draft. This is the fucking first round rankings. That's an F pick in the first round. Yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself, your goddamn Falcons right now. Up next is the Commanders, the Redskins, blah, 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 whatever you want to call them, who I do not believe have a first round pick this year. So an F tier for not picking anything. The Giants, Malik Neighbors, that's S tier. Not only did you decide to keep Daniel Jones, which is ideal because he's still under contract for 3 more years, you got yourself one of the best wide receivers in the draft class, and maybe now Daniel Jones has a wide receiver he can actually throw to and trust. So S tier for you. Good job, great pick. Nothing to complain about there. Jacksonville, Brian Thomas Jr. With the departure of Calvin Ridley, I'm going to put you in A tier. I don't think it's over the top pick, obviously, but it's definitely one of the best picks by far for that category. It gives Trevor Lawrence a new target to throw to, and that's just all you really got to say about that one. We're moving on to the Jets. The Jets one, definitely an S tier pick for me. personally. Olu is definitely going to be a very dominant lineman in the NFL, that's for sure. And I know some Jets fans were definitely hoping to get Brock Bowers because they definitely need tight end. But solidifying your O line to help Aaron Rodgers, who's just coming off a torn Achilles, was definitely the priority. And your team, for once, didn't fuck this up. So you should be very happy with this pick, in all honesty. Detroit Lions selected Terrion Arnold. That is an A tier pick. I'm not putting S tier, it's not over the top, obviously, but A tier for sure. Cam Sutton released due to that whole situation that's going on with him, obviously. And, you know, you went with this guy, and it's definitely going to look like a good pick. I'll tell you right now. You guys very much impressed me in taking him. What you guys are building there is pretty goddamn incredible. Next is the Green Bay Packers. Don't get me wrong. This could be an F tier pick, but I'm putting in a D. Now listen, Green Bay, your first round pick is supposed to be for the best of the best, and you chose Jordan Morgan from Arizona. That man is not a first round talent. But hey, I'm not going to say much about it. That's all y'all. Up next is the Panthers. Panthers got a B tier receiver. Panthers need a lot of help and fucked themselves this year, giving away the first overall pick again to the Chicago Bears, which allowed them to get Caleb Williams, which you guys honestly waited a year instead of just going for Bryce Young immediately. You could have probably done the same shit too. Nonetheless, though, you guys that went out there, got back into the first round, and got yourself a wide receiver. Not only a wide receiver, a very fast wide receiver to say the least, and also one that could probably be very good. So proud of y'all for real. Up next, New England Patriots, and I'm putting you in a B tier. You guys got Drake May. That's the guy everyone thought you were going to take, and you took him. My problem with it is that it looks like you're trying to make him be a Project QB, which he is. Don't get me wrong. It just seems wrong to me personally. Now, listen, as much as I want to call somebody a Project QB, I really can't myself. You're going to make this guy sit behind Jacoby Brissett from the sounds of it, and I'm not really sure why. You draft someone third overall to sit behind someone who's basically been a career backup. It doesn't make much sense to me. But I mean, if we did it with Geno Smith in Seattle, I'm sure something will work out in your favor or some shit like that. Anyways, moving on from that. Patriots, good pick. Just, I don't know. Oh, also, I want to mention they did pick up my boy Jalen Polk in the second round of the draft to help him out. So that's actually good job. Raiders, Brock Bowers. That man fell, and you guys got him. I don't know how he fell so far. Definitely should have been a top 10 pick if possible, but you guys got him. That's all I got to say about it. You guys got your tight end of the future. Still trying to figure out that whole QB thing, though, and I understand that. So, yeah, I get it. Up next is the Rams, and I forgot who the Rams chose, actually. Hold on, I gotta look. Jared Verse. I'll give it. I'll give it a little bit of a B tier. Jared Verse and edge, which is good, I guess. You need edge rusher, which is fair enough, but you need someone big to fill in that spot for Aaron Donald. And I thought Jazier Newton from Illinois could have done that too. But hey, you guys made that pick, and I'm happy the Rams don't want to pick the best of the best because that means that's easier for us to win. Anyway, so next to the Ravens. The Ravens take Nate Wiggins, the corner. I'll give that an A tier pick. Obviously, Nate Wiggins is one of the best corners coming to this draft. Also, I'm pretty sure is literally the fastest corner in the draft, if I'm not mistaken. He's got a lot of potential to be really good. Not only that, the Ravens needed corners to pair with Marlon Humphreys. And yeah, that's about all I got to say about that. Moving on, we got the Saints next. The Saints, actually, what did they pick? I forgot what the Saints actually picked up. Hold on. Oh, the guy, the offensive tackle, the Fuaga guy. I'll give it the A tier. The Saints, in cap hell for several years now. Picking up a young offensive lineman at this time can work out for you if done right, obviously. Personally, I think the Saints still kind of need to look into something like a secondary wide receiver, but I mean, you never know. Bucket, I guess. That's the Saints pick. Seattle, I'm biased. It's fucking S tier. Byron Murphy is one of the best defensive tackles coming into this draft. He's big, he's physical, and he's going to basically be Aaron Donald 2.0, and that's enough by that. Pittsburgh chose Troy Fanadu. That is also an S tier pick for me personally. Troy from Washington, go Huskies. One of the best offensive linemen in this draft for sure. He's not ranked like it, but he's definitely got the skill level to do it, to make it to the next level. Obviously, the Steelers O-line not the best in the world, so that's definitely the biggest pickup they needed to take, and they took that. Next is Houston. Where is Houston's pick at? Hold on. Did they have a pick? Unless they I think they traded actually. Hold on. No pick for Houston. So Houston, F tier. You guys did trade for Stephon Diggs though, so you guys have a scary offense. Whatever. Next is the Titans. The Titans. Oh, Titans picked up CJ Latham. That's an A tier pick, obviously. Titans. I honestly had taken Roma Dunzy if Millie Neighbors was gone, which he was by the time it got to them. But offensive line definitely was a piece they needed, and I guess they still have a great wide receiver core with Calvin Ridley, Traylon Burks, I guess, and DeAndre Hopkins. So it is what it is. And finally, Minnesota. You're my first C tier because I have a problem with the way you did this. So you guys had two picks. The first one was. Oh wait, I know the first one is. So okay, Dallas Turner pick was great. I have no problems with the Dallas Turner pick, obviously. But it's the problem I have with the JJ McCarthy pick. You did not need to trade up one spot to get him. The Jets were not taking JJ McCarthy. You could have stayed at 11, kept your picks, and moved on with your day, but you decided to trade up, which I mean, whatever, do what you got to do, obviously. It is what it is. And yeah, also, JJ McCarthy is going to be a bust in the NFL. You know, say it if you want or not. But hey, that's the end of the draft, rankings, whatever you want to call it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, I'll do other stuff such as running backs, quarterbacks, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing any more. I might do a total draft rankings in the end of it all, but I'm not doing any more single rounds. But that's it. I'm done. I'll see y'all later. Peace out, guys.